sitting on the wrong side, young lady. Stop trying to be on the wrong or the right side of history. Just be true to yourself. How about that? Those rules are in place for people who are willing to take advantage of those rules.
That said that if that Hunter Biden laptop story
have any arguments against that right now, and I want to see how it goes.
And that's where white privilege plays a role. So I'm not saying like, oh, well, white privilege, you're going to get to do all this and all that. I'm not saying that. But if me and you are on an equal playing field, come from the same background, socioeconomics, then will we still have access to the same things? Probably not.
Okay. Hang on. Will we still have access to the same things, right?
Right.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about your white privilege?
I definitely do think that even though I am on, I guess, the lower class level, I still think that white privilege exists. Like, I agree with your statement. And it's like, I don't want to say it's not something that we can help, but it's just how people look at things today. And,
Wait, can you give me an example, though? Because, hang on, can I just say this really fast? That's a script. That's one of the scripts that your generation has learned. It's like, this isn't bad. Like, you're good. Like, you're a good white person, right? Yeah.
I love this professor because what he's doing is, although he's allowing them the freedom to say whatever they want to say, believe whatever they want to believe, he is taking the opportunity to explain to them that although you are speaking clearly and freely, you don't see that you are saying exactly what they want you to say. Like, for some strange reason, with the white girl sitting across from a black girl who's telling her that she has white privilege, now she feels compelled to say that she understands and that, yeah, you're right, and to address it that way. Because addressing it any other way will feel almost disrespectful to the black girl who's saying that you are privileged as a white person. White people, let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all this, man. Y'all ain't gotta agree to that. You ain't gotta agree to that at all. Not one bit you ain't gotta agree to that. Not one bit. You tell people, nah, what you saying is BS, bruh. I'm glad you can feel the way that you feel, but nah, not over here. Ain't no white privilege. Okay, finish saying what you got to say. Okay, I hear you. And I see why you say that. You can say, I see why you say that. I understand why you believe I'm privileged as a white person. But you ain't got to say, yeah, you're right. There is a white privilege. You're sitting on the wrong side, young lady. She's feeling like she just want to be friends and she just want to, it's all love. And I don't want to disrespect anyone. And if I do say that white privilege is not real, then I feel like I'm on the wrong side of history. Stop trying to be on the wrong or the right side of history. Just be true to yourself. How about that?
You learn the script. I know I have a certain amount of privilege. Man, you could be living on the streets, eating rats for dinner, eating whatever, and you could still be like, oh no, but I got the script, but I still have privilege because I'm white. It's like, hang on a sec. To go back, give me one way in which you have white privilege. Your whiteness gives you privilege.
Yeah, you said it. Now produce.
I haven't had a situation, at least in my life yet, where that has come into play, where I've been against someone who's not white, and it was like I needed a different opportunity. But like, for example, like job opportunities, I'm sure that more in the future would probably be presented to someone who's white rather than someone who's of color. I don't know, like we were talking about financial aid and stuff, like scholarships and stuff, being able to go to Penn State. I mean, I really haven't been put into a position yet in my life where that has happened.
But can I say to you all and to everybody else, as far as I know, Penn State has no scholarships dedicated for poor white people. I don't think there's a single one out there.
But they have some dedicated to poor black people. Huh? Let's talk about privilege. Okay. All right. I'm not naive. I do realize the reason why there are scholarships set aside for minorities. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Those same scholarships are not set aside for poor minorities. All schools, though, even historically black colleges and universities. But I will tell you this, anyone who has their mother and father in the home, they are privileged. They are privileged because they have extra covering. That's why I pride myself. I'm like, the thing that I've done best, in my opinion, is be a dad. That was most important to me, and I made sure that my children had me in the house. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the cutest. You know what I mean? I'm not the fastest. I'm not the most talented, but I'm present and I give them what I can bring to the table. And all children need that. All children need a dad to do that. and a mom to do that. If they brought them in this world, they should raise them up together, period. That's privilege. But when we start talking about colleges, receiving scholarships and all those other things, white people, listen to me. Listen to me, white people. White people. Mic check 1, 2. White people, if you're listening, my children have crazy amounts of scholarships, crazy amounts of grants. And they had those scholarships and grants because my wife went out her way to find them. There's pots of money for any student, black, white, or other, who want to go, who want some higher education, who want to go to a college. There's pots of money. The thing is, people aren't going to get it. They're not applying for these scholarships. They're not applying for these grants. And it's not because they're black. It's not because they're white. It's not because they're Hispanic. None of that. It's simply because they are not doing their due diligence to go get it. So don't be fooled into thinking that the only people that can get financial aid are Caucasians because they built this country. They was the first people and they came here and beat the crap out of the natives and then, decided to put their stamp on the land and build their own armies and do things for themselves. Let me tell you something. If you look back at olden times, this is how it got done. When you wanted land, you didn't go apply for the land and fill out applications and wait for somebody to approve that, hey, we can give you this land. No, if you wanted land, you went and took it, period. You went to wherever it is, you sailed across 7 seas and you scouted land that you can build a nation from and you took it or you died trying. There was white slaves, there was black slaves, Asian slaves, Russian slaves, there's still slaves all over the world, For some strange reason, black people feel like we are so special. We were enslaved 400 years. They hold us back. Of course you went in the race because you was running for those 400 years and we were being held back. They just let us go and now we're running and we're playing catch up. No, the hell we're not trying to play catch up. I'm not trying to catch up to no white people. That's not what I'm trying to do. Why in the hell am I trying to catch up with a white person? And I don't want any white people trying to catch up to me. I don't teach my children, you've been held back. You're going to have to work twice as hard because you got to compete against them white people. Hell no, that is insecure. I am a man. No man told me how to be a man. I got that from God. I got that from the Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth. That's why I got my information. And I understood that I grew up in a household with no mother and father. And I'd be damned if my children will grow up in a household with no mother and father. I was in the same communities where people are being set up with the drugs and set up with the contracts to receive federal aid only if there's no man in the household. So what? If those rules are in play, they're in place. Those rules are in place for people who are willing to take advantage of those rules. My wife could have taken advantage of those rules. My wife could have said, no, we need WIC. We need some milk and we need some juice and we need some eggs and we need some cheese for this family. And I believe in the government more than I believe in my baby father. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the government over my baby father or over my husband. She could have done that, but I wouldn't let her. As a man, I took pride in going out there knocking on doors, filling out applications, being told no, being looked at foolishly because these children are mine. And I'm not going to blame the United States for holding me back that I can't raise them. I'm not going to blame the United States for locking me up because I can't raise them or any of that. I do realize there are traps out there, but you got to be caught by that trap. You got to fall into that trap. We at some point got to stop putting all the blame on other people and lifting other people up like they are superior. No one is superior to you. No one. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Academically, people are more superior than you. The people who work harder, the people who receive information better than you, naturally. Because naturally, some people receive information better than you. But guess what? You're supposed to teach your children and you're supposed to yourself, if you're the type of person that don't receive information that well, work harder. Bust your ass. How about that? How about getting out there and grinding? How about hustling? Not so you can play catch up, but so that you will be all right. So that your family will be all right. So that y'all can go on trips. So that on birthdays, you can get them birthday gifts if you want to, if that's what you do. Or you can take them somewhere nice or take them out to eat. But the thing is, we sit around and we constantly looking at somebody else's plate and not eating what's on ours. What do you think happens to somebody that don't appreciate what they got? They lose it because they're so busy looking into somebody else's grass like, ooh, their grass so green. That grass is so green. And that's how we lose a step. So we're sitting here talking about how white people are so privileged and so ahead of us and so this and so that. Let me ask you a question. What is your excuse for the Hispanics who cannot speak our language? This is a real question for black, white, or other. Anybody who believe this crap. What is your excuse for Hispanics who come here, do not know how to speak our language? They come here illegally and they have to study in order to be legal while at the same time finding some type of work to take care of their families. And then they end up starting their own business and bringing more of their family over, growing their empire, and we still sitting back working at the same damn job for 20 years, complaining that the white man is superior, that the white man is ahead of us. Africans are doing it. Indians are doing it. Asians are doing it. You can go down the line. There are people here who are living great and don't even speak our damn language. How is that possible? If a job is not available in your city, go to the next city. How you gonna say that? I ain't got no money to go to the next city. Them Hispanics ain't have no damn money to go from one country to another. But they walked their ass over here. They caught a boat or they caught a coyote. I don't know how the hell they got it. I don't know.